Welcome back to my garden. My name is Robin. I garden in Zone 6 in Northwest Connecticut. So this week I want to show you what I ordered for bulbs. So fall planted bulbs that are going to bloom in the spring, tulips, alliums, crocuses, fritillaria, all that kind of stuff. We've had nothing but rain for 3.5 days. This is like the first time I've been able to get outside for even a couple of minutes. And the nights are much cooler. I think we're suddenly going into fall. So I thought we'd start by just looking at some of the inspiration pages that I did earlier this year in a video called Underplanting. And I'm going to do some of that this year, this fall. And also the things that I actually ordered, like tulips, like I said, daffodils, hyacinths, all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to limit the varieties that I'm ordering. So instead, I'm ordering more of things that I already have. So I hope you enjoy, and let's take a look at what I ordered for fall planting this year. So earlier this year, I showed you, I did a whole video on underplanting, and these are just some of my inspiration photos that I shared with you at the time. I'm still planning on doing some underplanting, and I'm also going to be planting tulips and alliums again this year. So just a quick reminder of like where I started and what my inspiration is for this fall. So stay tuned and let's look at tulips first. So this is Blushing Lady. It's a mid-late tulip. It gets 26 to 30 inches high, yellow with like rose on the outside. It's very large, pale yellow, brushed with rose on the exterior. Very beautiful tulip. Another one I'm growing again is Copper Image. It is a late bloomer. Absolutely beautiful, 16 inches tall, coral and peach, rose and terracotta, a beautiful double late tulip, silky petals with a really like watercolory blend of colors. So every blossom is a little unique. Day by day, the flowers get a little bit larger until it's like almost the size of a peony. Very fragrant, very popular tulip. This is Dordogne, a lovely multicolored tulip. It kind of seems to change its hue with the light. It's kind of pink brushed with orange, or, you know, is there some yellow in there? One day it looks salmon, 23 to 25 inches tall, zones 3 through 8, and it's a late bloomer. I plant this one every year without fail. Last year I did a combination of flaming prince, candy prince, and purple prince. So I'm just doing flaming prince. It's an early to mid-spring, 12 to 16 inches. So I'm just doing this one. It's white flowers with soft purple flames. Looks great, of course, with some of the dark ones like Paul Scherer and stuff like that. Great in arrangements. I really love it. And of course, you know, I love purple. One of the most popular tulips of the last couple of years, with wedding people especially, is La Belle Epoque. I did plant quite a few of them last year, and I have quite a few of them on order for this year. A gorgeous double tulip, very big following. Like I said, floral designers love it. The colors are like a swirl of, you know, antique rose, peach, butterscotch, and cream. It's so easy to use in arrangements. You're going to love it. Blooms late spring, 14 to 16 inches tall, zones 3 through 8. So I'm definitely doing this again. And yet another one that I plant every year. This is Menton. It's a rich pink with like orange highlights. So it has that kind of warm hue to it. Looks beautiful, but it's great in combination with other late tulips. It is a late bloomer, 23 to 25 inches tall. This is Negrita double. Last year I did Triumph Negrita, so I'm doing a different one this year. This is a late bloomer. Gets like, you know, 16 to 18 inches tall. Again, you know, zones 3 through 8, which is pretty typical for most tulips. Beautiful double version of the very popular Negrita, and rich saturated blend of raspberry and blackberry with flashes of green on the outer petals. Another one I planted last year, and if you like that dark tulip, Queen of Night, you're going to love Paul Scherer. The color's even darker, I think, than Queen of Night. It's got a burgundy maroon petal, but it's got a blue-black sheen to it. It's a Triumph tulip. So the bloom time is a little earlier and the blossoms are a little bit bigger. So it blooms mid-spring, 16 to 18 inches tall, again, zones 3 through 8. So I'm definitely doing this one again this year. Another one I'm repeating is Princess Irene, another one that I plant every single year, 16 to 20 inches tall, blooms mid-spring. This is a beautiful Rembrandt tulip, gleaming orange petals bear red purple streaks on a dark short stem. Beautiful, really stands out in the garden, so I'm doing it one more time. This is Sanne. It's a mid-season tulip, 20 to 22 inches, really deep pink with a soft pink on the tips. I first saw this, Klaus Dalby had it featured in one of his containers. Beautiful two-tone pink, like I said, deep rose in the center of the petals with a soft pink along the edge, gorgeous in bouquets, really beautiful next to like purple tulips, absolutely beautiful. This will be the second year I'm doing this tulip. Last year I had it in containers and it did really well. New to me this year is Sarah Raven, and I follow Sarah Raven. I have her books, so I wanted to try one of her tulips. So this is a lily tulip, deep, dark, elegant flowers, looks stunning in the garden and arrangements, 14 to 18 inches tall, blooms mid to late spring with this really beautiful, deep burgundy color. Very, very excited about trying this one, something brand new for me. This unique tulip, Triumph Slawa, I also saw Klaus Dalby use. Very different with its deep burgundy maroon petals, contrasting edge. It kind of shifts in color as the flowers mature from apricot and peach to a rose gold and silver. Really unique tulip that I'm going to try this year for the first time. Blooms mid-spring, 16 to 18 inches tall, and again, zones 3 through 8. So I'm trying to limit what I'm growing this year, even though I still have, my quantities aren't a lot less, but I'm trying to maybe try some new things and then stick with some things that I really love, but not plant things that I always do, like Queen of Night. Now, I've talked over and over and over again about the alliums. You know, I have a lot of them, so I am adding more gladiators this year, more Mount Everest. I thought I ordered more Globemasters, but I don't think I did. So Gladiator, 42 to 46 inches tall, blooms very late. It kind of reaches its peak just ahead of the white Mount Everest allium with really nice big 5-inch heads of lilac pink. So I'm adding more of these to the beds. So Pinball Wizard is very tall, blooms very late, 33 to 36 inches tall, likes well-drained soil, color is kind of like a lilac pink. It's like an offshoot from Globemaster. The color and bloom time are very similar in height to Globemaster, but this is a really lovely one. I've grown it before, so I'm just adding more to it. I'm also adding more to Purple Sensation alliums that I already have. These are 28 to 32 inches. Again, blooms very late, beautiful, rich purple flowers on tall stems. And it kind of blooms right after the late tulips. But again, it blooms pretty late, zones 4 through 7 on the alliums. Another allium that I'm just adding to is Mount Everest. Creamy white 5-inch globes on very long stems, 44 to 48 inches tall. So this is a very tall one. I love it I have it in a bed where it's got a very dark background behind it, so it really stands out. And it makes a really nice cut flower. And of course, all the alliums are deer resistant. If you follow me, you might remember my saying, I don't know what happened to all these last year, because nothing should be eating Atropurpureum or alliums, even voles, which I deal with all the time. This is a beautiful dark burgundy purple flower on a tall, stiff stem. Really makes a dramatic color statement. It's an excellent cut flower with a long vase life. I really love them. I don't know what happened to mine. It's a nice heirloom variety. It blooms late spring, 30 inches tall. Another one that I'm also adding more of is Allium Ostara, 10 to 12 inches tall, late spring, early summer. And this is a cross between Atropurpureum and another one that I just can't pronounce. A deep red purple on a nice stocky stem and wide leaves, which is really nice. So I'm adding more of these. I think I already have at least 100 of the Cerocephalon, the drumstick alliums. They're kind of the last ones to bloom, kind of that egg shape, wine red flowers on top of green. It opens green. It's really pretty. Puts on a really nice show. 22 to 26 inches tall, well drained. Again, that wine red green, zones 4 through 7. So I'm adding more of these. I think I'll put some in another bed. So what am I planting brand new? Crocuses. This is Hokus Crocus blend. They get 4 to 6 inches tall. Zones 3 through 8. They bloom very early on a really pretty large goblet-shaped flower, white, purple, and white stripe with purple mix. This crocus is called Tricolor crocus, and I guess you could see why. 3 colors in one bloom. So it's a real standout anywhere you're going to plant this. This is brand new for me also, 4 to 6 inches tall. Obviously blooms early, as all the crocuses do, which is really, really nice. No scent, but purple, yellow, and white. Kind of excited about this one. This is called Pickwick crocus. It's a lavender and white striped bloom. So this is going to be really pretty. Again, 4 to 6 inches tall, prefers full to partial sun, no scent. And you can look back at my original pages at the beginning of this video for ideas of where I'm putting these. So on to the daffodils. I'm putting in more Delnashaw daffodils. I absolutely love them, 14 to 16 inches tall. A beautiful double creamy white blossom with a fluffy peach pink center. Really lovely, uncommon coloring. I just loved this one. Again, deer and rodent proof for the most part. And good pink doubles are kind of hard to find. These are sold out in most places. It's getting very late to order bulbs. And yet another one that I absolutely love that I'm just planting more of is Sir Winston Churchill, 16 to 18 inches tall. It's white with an orange center. It's a very petite flower head. Again, deer and rodent proof, blooms mid-spring. And each stem has clusters of like 2 to 6 white flowers, again, with the flecks of orange in the middle. I really like this one. Again, I'm just adding more of the same thing. Something new I am adding is this little Tete-a-Tete. This little daffodil has like 1 to 3 yellow flowers per stem, great for the edge of a border. And this will be really nice, 7 to 9 inches tall, so it's very short, blooms early, zones 5 through 8. Another new thing I'm adding is winter wolfsbane. Orientalis is the Latin name. It's got a really pretty little cup-shaped yellow flower, a nice little frilly leaf, and it'll open as soon as it starts getting warm. So you're going to want to plant these en masse. It gets 3 to 4 inches tall, zones 4 through 7, and blooms very early. I'm also going to do a whole bunch of hyacinths, Purple Sensation. I've got a variety mix here. I'm doing another one called Blue Jacket and another one called Woodstock. They're all like 8 to 10 inches tall, zones 4 through 8, and they bloom pretty early. Definitely new for me. I'm adding some Leucojums. Snowflakes, I'm adding the variety Gravetye Giant. They're little white bells on arching stems. Snowflakes prefer full sun, but they do tolerate some shade. And they thrive in soil that's too wet for a lot of other bulbs. 24 to 28 inches tall, zones 3 through 8, mid-spring. I'm going to add some snowdrops, Galanthus, underneath some of my hostas, I think. Height 5 to 7 inches, zones 3 to 7. They bloom very early. They have a white winged flower. This is a variety called Sam Arnott. And they like soil that's not too dry. I'm going to plant some snake's head fritillaria. I hear like Monty Don talk about these all the time, and they almost look like they're hand painted. Little maroon bell-shaped blooms. And they look, they're a really pretty wildflower. They look great in meadows and under trees, and I'm going to put mine under my magnolia. They're happiest in part shade and moist soil, 10 to 12 inches, zones 4 through 7, and bloom early to mid-spring. Last on my list of new things to plant this year are a Muscari assorted mix. Now, I do have Muscari also, known as grape hyacinths, but they also come in a variety of colors, which is kind of nice. So this is a combination here of pale blue, sky blue, periwinkle, violet, and Prussian blue. So that'll be kind of nice. They bloom mid-spring, and they get, like just a couple inches tall, and they're zone 4 through 9. And like all other spring bulbs, for the most part, you plant them in the fall. So you can go back, like I said, and look at the sheets. My inspiration sheets. I'll actually be using those when I go out to figure out where I'm planting things. Here's just some, inspiration photos for you, not from my own garden, just from photos that I've taken. Many of the companies have collections already put together. You don't even have to think about what you're going to do. But get out there in the spring and go to other gardens like this and see what people are doing en masse. It's really pretty and will inspire you for sure. Always. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button. It really does make a difference. And check out our Amazon store. I'll be sure to take you along when I start getting all these things planted in the ground. Till then, stay tuned and happy fall.